everyone, my name is Leah and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my TBR for the month of January. So first off, I'm going to start with a pick from my TBR jar. I have been slightly failing at my TBR jar picks for the past couple of months, so I am hoping that in 2021 I will be able to actually read the picks from the jar. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a book. I can't remember where I put the slip of paper for the book that I was supposed to read this month, so I'm not going to put that back in right now. When I find it later, I will go ahead and put that back in because I did not read that. And I picked The Wrath and the Dawn, so let me go ahead and grab that. I'm gonna put this back as well. So I will be attempting to read The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. I feel like this came out a while ago. When did this come out? This came out in 2015, so I am a bit behind on reading this. I know this was pretty popular when it came out, so I am hoping that I enjoy it. Now onto the books that I'm reading this month because they are the picks of different book clubs. First is the pick for the Bibliophiles book club that I am one of the co-hosts of, and our pick for January is The Black Tides of Heaven by Neon Yang, which I'm excited to read. Also, it's a bit shorter, so it'll be easy to get through. This is the first book in a fantasy series of novellas that I've heard good things about, and I am really looking forward to picking this up. Also, the cover is so pretty. Our live show for this, I believe, is going to be on January 30th at 8 p.m. EST, and I believe it's going to be on RC's channel, but I will link the information for our club down below. The next thing I'll be reading for our book club is Victor LaValle's Destroyer, which is for the Cardigan Comics Club. I honestly don't really know anything about this, and I'm picking it up specifically for this book club, so I am looking forward to finding out what it's about. And the live show for this is on January 22nd at 7 p.m. EST, and I will link the information for that down below. The next two books are books that I will be rereading, and that is Graceling and Fire by Kristen Kishore. I'm reading these for the Finish That Series book club, which is focused on finishing a different series, and there's one book every 2 weeks. The live show for Graceling will be on the 14th of January at 7 p.m. and the live show for Fire will be on the 28th of January at 7 p.m. And again, I will link all the information for this book club down below. I did read these kind of recently. I read them in the latter half of 2020, but I really enjoy these and I want to reread them again for this book club, so I'm excited. And also this means that in February I will finally get to Bitter Blue because I haven't read that yet. Then the last book I'm reading for a book club is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, which I am reading for the Krusty Club book club, and I think the live show for this is TBD, so I will link the social media for that club down below so you can find out when the live show is when that's announced. Another big thing for January is that I am participating in a readathon, and that is the Among Us Readathon that was created by my friend Hal, and this readathon is so detailed and interesting. I am so excited to do this. I will link the blog post that contains all of the information for the readathon down below, as well as the social media for the readathon. I am so excited to do this. This readathon is based on the game Among Us, which has crewmates and imposters. So in the readathon you can choose to pick either a crewmate or imposter path, and I have chosen to be a purple imposter. And for this there are 12 prompts that I need to fulfill. There are 3 specific imposter prompts, and then there are 9 that are kills, which means I have to do prompts from 9 different of the colors to kill one of those crewmates. Part of the reason I chose the imposter path is that it's more flexible because I can do prompts from different colors and do one prompt from 9 different colors, and that gives me more flexibility, and I am a bit of a mood reader, so that is part of the reason I wanted to pick this path. So I don't have my entire TBR for the readathon set, so I will be trying to fit the books I have already mentioned in this video as well as the books I am going to mention into different prompts. So I don't have like 12 books I'm going to read specifically for this readathon right now, but I have one book I'm going to mention, and then I will be trying to kind of figure out how all the others can fit into the different prompts as I go through the month. The one book I have figured out is for the first imposter task, which is the first one I have to complete, and that is to fake a task, either swipe card or fix wiring, read a standalone or a sequel, and for this I decided I'm going to read Space Battle Lunchtime Volume 2. I read Volume 1 in 2020 and really enjoyed it. I actually read it on NetGalley, and my library did not have Volume 2, so I actually got this recently, and I am really looking forward to picking it up because I really enjoyed volume 1. So I'm looking forward to seeing where the story goes from there because it left off on kind of a cliffhanger. The other 2 imposter prompts are vent, read a book that you think will surprise you, and you can kind of interpret this how you want. And I'm not sure yet what I'm going to read for this. And then the other imposter task is to blame someone else, read a book with a morally gray character. If any of the books I mentioned in this video you've read and you know have like morally gray characters, let me know because I might be able to use them for this prompt, but right now I'm not sure what I'm going to use for the prompt. Then, like I said, the TBR for the rest of it is not set. Prompts 4 through 12 are doing the different kills, so I will kind of figure those out throughout the month. Then there's some other books on my TBR for the month that I will try to fit into these prompts. The first one is Allegedly by Tiffany D. Jackson. In 2020, I read all of Tiffany D. Jackson's other works. I read Monday's Not Coming, Let Me Hear a Rhyme, and Grown, and I loved all of them. And I'm really looking forward to reading her debut, Allegedly, and I'm going to read this via audio. I read all of her books via audio, and I really liked the audiobooks of all of them, so I'm looking forward to reading the last of her books that's out that I have not read yet. Then the next book I'm going to be reading is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. If you recognize this, yes, it has been on some TBRs in the past. That's part of the reason I want to read it this month. Still haven't gotten to it. It is short, so I feel like I will get through it rather quickly. I've also heard that this is a great January read because it's a very wintry read. I know this is a fantasy, and I believe it's inspired by Russian folklore, and I'm really excited to pick it up. Then another book I want to pick up is actually by an author I'm reading other books from this month, and that is Jane Unlimited by Kristen Kishore. Sorry, this is reflecting the sunlight a lot. I'm gonna try to not reflect the sunlight. This cover is very shiny. This has a sapphic main character, and I'm really excited to read that. This is also the last book I have to read for a vlog that I've been working on for months. I have been trying to do different themed reading vlogs and failing spectacularly, and it is taking me months and months to do them. I don't know what's happening, but I'm excited to read the last book for this vlog, so you will hopefully see this in a vlog coming sometime in the next month. Then another book I want to read is Bedazzled by Ryan LaSala. I haven't read Reverie by Ryan LaSala yet, but I want to, and I got Bedazzled as an audiobook arc on NetGalley, so I'm looking forward to reading that. I hope the audiobook is really good. And I believe this book is about 2 guys who are exes who are competing in some kind of like cosplay competition where they have to do lots of arts and crafts and costumey things. And I think this comes out in January. I'm not quite sure. I'll figure out what date that comes out and put it on the screen, but I am looking forward to picking that up. Then there's the books that I am currently reading. If you have watched any of my TBR videos before, these first 3 books you will recognize because yes, I'm still currently reading them. I know I have not picked them up in like a couple of months. The first one is Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. Yes, Reagan, I know. I'm sorry. I was buddy reading this with my friend Reagan. She finished the book. I have not finished the book. I'm a disaster, I know. I need to finish this. I hope it happens soon. I hope it happens this month. I don't know. Then there's Before the Devil Breaks You. Still have not picked this up again. I know. Then the book that all my friends are going to make fun of me about for still being on my TBR. Little Women. Yeah, I know. I said I was going to finish this in 2020. No, it did not happen. I know. Then there's 2 books I started recently that are in my currently reading. So they are ones you actually have not seen before on TBRs. So yes, I did get through some of the books on my past TBRs that I was currently reading, and a couple that had been on there for a couple of months. So you know, I've made some progress, even if I am a disaster. The first one is Who I Was With Her by Nita Tyndall. The dust jacket is over on my shelf over there, so sorry that you can't see the cover right now. It's a nice pink cover. I'm buddy reading this with my friend Izza, and I think this was on my January TBR. Might have also been on my November TBR, I don't know, but I'm finally reading it. And this is one I feel very confident about actually getting through this month. So in February, if I haven't finished it, feel free to make fun of me. Then the last book I'm currently reading as of filming this, technically there is another book, but I'm going to finish it today, and I'm filming this on New Year's Eve, so I know I'm going to finish it in December. But the last book is Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb, which is the second book in her Farseer trilogy that I read the first book of in 2019, reread it in 2020, meant to continue on with the series. It didn't happen. I finally started this book, but I am on page 16, this far in. So hopefully I will get through all of this. It is a chunker. So we will see how my progress on this goes, because it's a long book and the text is really small, so this takes a while to read. I just realized there's another book I need to read this month and I didn't put it on my TBR. The problem is it's another fantasy book and I'm like, am I really going to get through another fantasy book this month? I don't know. There are too many books I need to read. I'm gonna go ahead and get it and put it on the TBR. The book that I forgot to include that I do really need to read this month, because it is for a vlog that, again, I've been working on for months. A different vlog from that other book I mentioned, though, is An Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir. Cue me apologizing to Reagan again because we were supposed to buddy read this. Reagan read the whole thing. I never started. I'm sorry, Reagan. I keep failing at buddy reads with you. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm really looking forward to reading this. I hope I finally get to it in January because I've been meaning to read it for months. So there are 17 books on this TBR, 14 books that I own. So at least that will help me get my physical TBR down, though 2 of these are rereads. And then there's 4 books that I do not own that I will be reading, whether that be via audiobook or ebook. Will I get through all of these? I don't know. Will I end up reading other books not on this TBR? Most certainly, because that always happens to me. Tune in later to see how much I fail this TBR. If you've gotten to this point in the video, let's say leave me some sort of like vine or leaf emoji for the cover of the book that is my shame, Little Women. If you've read any of these, let me know what you think. If any of these happen to be on your January TBR, let me know because I'm curious. If you enjoyed watching this, please give it a like, and you can also subscribe to my channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Our live show, I'm a disaster human, it's fine. Now where did I put that book? I'm a disaster.